ô bỏ mua chỉ là nên mà trả rất là mà thì có xí cha chỉ là thì có tiền thì có bé chỉ xí thì bố chỉ theo ở đây là我找到站车bé cho tôi cho là tia cho cứ cho ti cho nó chứ America nhá họ Los State California nó cho lên tu bé ở tụi mày giờ đây ở tia mày vùng là tuổi và này cho tia thằng nó cho elected city official thằng cho thua tụ nàyกูgiờ tổ chức ta này cho mày thì thầu cho này thì ta là uống cho Dr. Salvador ya người ta mua lu chờ nó là cái gì uống cho lu chỉ cần tới Fresno State nó ba phải chờ nó là cái chấm mong chỉ đúng là cuối chỉ có bây giờ được trở lại mà hết gia ta đón tụi tất cả bây giờ đầu tiên này quân lấy à thì cú qua lấy ý là liên ta có chơi cú chỉ còn nên sợ nó thì cú thả là thế vấn đề nó cá nhân lòng này cú cho cú tu cho chua lên tụ nó chỉ hay tụ rót tụ giàu chỉ SQ là veteran tàn thọ sẽ đầu tí gì cũng trả cả nên cho các cho thì thầu cáiตัวที่ฉันนั้นเชี่ยในมัวนี่จะคือที่พงยืดไปเจอตูชี้เจ้าทรงพอเลยแล้วมูตาเลยช่วยนี่cho nhau nó chứ để quay nó nè để cho cô chú trò nó thủ làทำนำในการต่อตัวให้กับที่ในคนป้าที่ต่อที่จอจะเป็นมงไทยตะเกะกงชายมุนดาเนี่ยละอาเต้thì cả bây giờ tôi cho những người cho một thấy tất kế đó quên nó đi nhân chơi tù hôm nó rồi biết của ta hàn chưa hay studio chưa hay có cho ta hàn lo chỗ này lo nó cho chỉ tôi cho cổ chí cho mua chơi nó nhau nó em mua ta hàn à cha chơi sao ok cho nó nè chỉ tôi cho cổ chí cho nó chung một sơ hậu quả nó lao xa mình lỡ nên lúc nào nên sẽ nho để gửi kho để về một trường hợp lúc bé mẹ rồi khi này phun nó nên lòng bé tụ nọ nè giờ thân này phun nó bỏ giấy tụ leader là giấy tụ cho để bé hãy mong cho đời như cần nói chẳng rơi bé thôi nè tao xin là cho tao tan thọ bé chọn mong chọn rò chứ gì tí cho là bác phải thành rò chỗ lúc chết trời của nhau nó khá hồ hụ có bé thành rò bé thành mong sẽ đời là tao vô la vô lụa cần đâu của tan thọ cho ta hẳn rò ta hẳn mong chứ gì nhau thạc sổngสองนี่จะอีโซนทหารว่าเขาหรือไม่เข้ามาเจอที่ไทยจอนะท่องใจเฉิงรอนะอย่าชิมว่าภาคสองเจเฉิงลงมาชี้ภาคจะเชียร์ชิมว่าภาคสองเจตื้อตาเดรอเลยน่าเจ็บไว้ตรงนี้นุ่งรอเนี่ยcũng một thái tế đầu ta lo này phun châu lên đó ý tụ former prime minister do thái tê nhưng hai nước cũ của chị bé cho ta hạt thái nếu nó chẳng xí nên cho ta hạt mong cho chút gì cái ô cho là kia là bé cho tụ cho nhớ thái tê nó nếu nó là chẳng cần rồi nên sao đâu nữa thì hai nó nghe thì tê mong vậy cho chỉ con nợ chờ chỉ bé qua tàu ít luôn về tàn cho ăn đủ nó dùng lá bao nữa cho ta hẳn mông vậy cho ta hẳn cân chấp đời hỗn tê tê nó này cũng hay nó nè nè thầu u là ngó bé tí nó nhật quân cha Israel là chỉ cũng hay nó nè lỡ tha bên đấy đi nữa giờ bị khó chả mua chút gì cha kêu cho cái chân dê lấy sư bây giờ mong nè chạy cũng hay rồi nè nó mua đâu lên nông cụ nè cha thầu bé khiến cái thờ rò tua cái thờ nó chúa tụi ta hàng tư trên thờ chỉ này phun cái quay đó nè thầu bé khiến tua chè trả cho chỉ này phun chè phụ ấy tu rồi chỉ này có bao chè chuối tu gì tu xóa này từ này phải ta bao ok tu đã bao rồi
But my phone is low, so I can't.
Tu thiết o nè mà cho chỉ này phun này cú ý tu cha ý tu này ta hàng em chỉ kia đi nó chỉ này phun nhói chúng có chỉ này phun nhẹ nó nhỏ mà yên rồi chỉ này phun nhẹ nhẹ cú thon cái tên thấy luôn các số sao tu nói đấy tu nói là tu nói chỉ này phun tại kêu cái chân bò nè cái tí nó nhỏ mà thì cú xe nó đi phong thôi đó chỉ chơi nổi của ý của nói ta hàng giờ cho bé lúc trẻ nhỏ lúc tránh là chắc là kia ta là chỉ thấy nụ nhỏ trốn qua thân này phân sang là cha bé mù nè người kia tao tải lọ thêm giờ bé cho bé chỉ kia bé tiền thì xeo cho chị điều cho chị thấy nụ kia cũng cho xìa nhỏ nên cũng nói là mà để cứ gỡ nhỏ tụ nhỏ trở nên thì lại quần là chỉ cũng ngoài còn thì thiếu thì tao rồi tụi nó cứ chi nè cho cũng tụi cho ngoài rồi nè bé tụi lúc cái chờ nó giờ bé lúc về nè do giống á giờ hai cái tụi nó quá chi chúng lên bao tụi nó quá chi chúng lên bao tại chi thì bé cho phụ tụi cho qua hồi choรัฐบาลอเมริกาจะ SGU เนาะที่เชิญเราที่ป้องกันเก็บเป็นตัวที่เชิญเราอย่างตัวนี้รู้ไปนะตอนนี้ยอมตัวนี้จะตัวเราละนี่ตัวเราเชื่อนะนี่ตัวเราเชื่อจะนี่จึงเจ้าบริการนะนี่มันโรงเรียนบริการเราก็ยังมองอย่าชิมเลยอย่าตัวชิมไม่ตัวเลยที่เราควรยังยากเลยมันจะเป็นชิมไม่ให้ป่วยยังตัวนะเป็นทอตัวเราจะลงประกาศเนี่ยนะจะเชียร์เน่ตัวเราเจ็บไปเลยในข้าเขาใช่เลยยังมีเจ้ามีอยู่อ่ะเป็นทอเน่โอเคเจ็บกว่าเรานี่ตาทอเลยจะในทหารทางเราชนสุดตูจะพูดทุกทองชัวนี่ชัวลั่งรอทอก่อนนี่ชิลูนะนี่ชิโตก้าเจ้าชัวจะลั่งตื่นยังขอตื่นแต่นี่ตอนตีต้อโจประธานบทเจ้าเชี่ยประธานต้นชายเลยเจ้าบัญชีในมดตื่นเจ้าตื่นนั่นนี่ก็ย้อนได้จะเดี๋ยวเราชัวตื่นในชิปเอาสักรีบเอานะยังเหมือนตาป้าเดี๋ยวชัวตื่นใช่ไหมยามั่วสอนต้องเราในชื่อฮูชิตานะก็เฉลี่ยนะตัวอีป้าคือป้าตีรีโถเนี่ยตัวชิเชียผู้ให้เราเนี่ยนอนลงเชียนะลงเชียพอจะ sau đầu chúng ta sẽ nhau thế cho nó trong xía họ này sau đầu nó thơ này thì mình cũng nhiều cần đâu nè còn là chỉ kia ta này phổ nó là chỉ bây giờ muốn ở phổ chỉ on nhau thế cho nó chỉ cho cần đâu này cho là cho bây nhà còn đây nóจะชี้เจอลิจาเลยก็เนี่ยอีปัวอีผาจงตอนนี้นั่นละรู้เบนะเราเก้าไอ้ที่อยู่เราอย่าเราเป็นน้อยยังย่อจีหัวลูกตาเลยนะแต่ก่อนนี้ย่อจงมาเจอหรือลูกจีหัวเนี่ยตาเราจำเป็นต้องอยู่ตาอ้านเราเลยย่อจงมาเจอย่อม้วนนี่เชื่อเดี๋ยวเกี่ยวตัวตัวที่เจอเราอีกทุดิเป้จะนอนที่สิงนะแต่เราเนี่ยอวดชนมันเตาคุณท้อก่อผู้จอในทหารทุนตุตูนักอันยังจงนะนี่ทุนตัวเขาเทียผู้ท้อกันนี่ยังเหมือนเช่านี่เต็มไปตุ้มหยดจะโจเชื่อเกินดาวนะอย่าจะย่อเฟรชโนแล้วเจให้นี่จะมีอยู่นะเจ้ามูลิคอจีตัวเกิดของเฟรชโนสเตทเนาะนะรู้หงเย็นใหญ่รู้จงเทียแล้วเนาะพอไปจะมองจงเลยเช่าไปเต็มไปตุ้มหยดก่อนcho tôi tạo lại mua chỗ này khu vậy là ba đo thả thì giả từ mua đi cả là lại mua chỗ là sao làm là ba bên kia để mà làm này thì quay nó cái do dòng tràn thò khu cho nó cao chỉ là chỗ nó thủ dâu nó cái do dòng rồi tràn thò cho bên sẵn mông nó là như tụ hồn nó nè để thọ cọ chi chiều trông bên nhau tàn nó là bên uống rồng cờ lợi để chi chiều sông toàn đê đó hầu bây giờ toàn đê lấy mà là celebrate theo ý của trong là uli cả là của Hà Nội này kia đây cho mình chung nhiều thì để bây giờ Hmong nè bây giờ nhauที่เฉยnày bây giờ này ở đây cả chứ nàyคนต้องให้เราลงเกียร์nèเดี๋ยวไปถ่ายยังไงเนาะไปมองตัวnhauที่เฉยเนาะbây giờ chủ ấy hay là dòng chứ là hay là chỉ tiết bây giờ mong tôi nhất thích là nó giả từ bây giờ cũng tệ cho nó là các bạn America cho mua ta hàng và mua tắm luôn cho mua này khu này mỏ là cho đỡ chỉ mua chỉ chơi luôn thích là nó còn là tôi để bây chia tôi nhau đâu chứ bây tôi nhau thích là nó là bây thì cho kế quả măng cho kế ở giờ là bao nhiêu chắc là nó có sủng khuôn là cái phê tuổi nhau để nó khá ra rồng cha ôn hải là chi chiều trong là chua là chua tù cho xe lên đế là phê chỉnh chua mù cháu có mong chi chiều trong tận đế là gì vậy của chị nhau là nè của chị nhau chi chiều trong tận đế nên cháu mình nhỏ nên khi phê mà là tận đế của cháu là khá ra rồng. And again, happy birthday, Mr. Jerry. You've been a very, very good mayor for all of us, and we really appreciate to have you as a friend. Thank you so much. Good job, now.
Good afternoon, I believe, and the food's here, so that's a good sign. And before I kick it off here, I know for many of us, this is a Hmong event based on Hmong customs. There's one thing we're lacking today that I know it's kind of prohibited here on campus, but it's part of the Hmong culture. And I know Jerry Dyer, Jim Costa, Nathan, I think you've been to Joaquin, Misty, you too, Brandon, Valerie, and that's the shot of liquor at the ribbon cutting. The reason why we're so tentative on the schedule today is because we're not distracted with the liquor, so that's why it feels a little long, but it hasn't been too long. Esmeralda, you too, yeah. Again, on behalf of the family of the late General Wang Pao, we're still very blessed to have our mother Nyob here with us up on stage as she continues to be the matriarch in our family and our communities across the country. Today is a very happy Hmong American Day, celebrating 50 years of Hmong Americans being here in our country, the United States of America. And as we celebrate over the course of the next 2 days, with all the exhibits and all the display of the Hmong culture, the Hmong heritage, Hmong traditions, the Hmong values, and especially above all the Hmong food, which we still have to go out and try. You guys are eating sampling a little bit up here in this hall today. It showcases and highlights the past 5 decades of where the Hmong have come from and where the Hmong have been and where the Hmong are going. But like everybody in this hall and outside on campus, and everyone in our community, in our state, in our great country, we all have a story. Everyone has a story to tell. But today is the Hmong story. And as many of our dear friends, our dignitaries, our elected officials, young and old, our esteemed members of our community who are joining us here today, we've heard a military context of 50 years of celebration. And why is that so? Because it's very critical and important as to why we're celebrating 50 years today, marking that great anniversary. And we wouldn't be here today. I know it's 50 years, I'm not 50 years too Chinu, so don't feel so bad. But we're celebrating 50 years. I'm 100% American, proud of it, born and raised. But at the same time, I'm also proud to be 100% Hmong. And as our Mayor Jerry Dyer said, never stop being Hmong, because it is a beautiful, beautiful thing to be. And I wish all of you can join in that journey with us from beginning to today and our future ahead, which we will. So as we reflect on our history, we wouldn't be here today without the men and women, the soldiers of the special guerrilla units under the command of my father, the late General Vang Pao. But there wouldn't be them too without one particular man, which we've talked numerous times today, without General Vang Pao himself. Without him, there wouldn't be us here in America today. There would have not been the young men and women who stood up on this stage, who are elected officials, who are educated, who have those degrees, who have the wealth, who have the prosperity. Without one man that the United States called upon 65 years ago on a mountainous region of a country called Laos, where a Hmong man named Vang Pao, an American gentleman by the name of Bill Air, shook hands. And today it is my great honor to represent my father, the late General Vang Pao, up on the stage. It comes full circle for me today to tell this story again. I've been on many stages, many rostrums, many lecterns, spoke many times, all equally important, but today it hits home for me. What brings us all together, what binds us all together today as Americans, is deeply rooted in those American values and in American principles. Of what our flag, Old Glory, Stars and Stripes, the Star-Spangled Banner, call it what we may. But it is our flag, and it is that symbol of freedom, and it is that freedom and democracy that my father ultimately made that decision in that green pasture in Laos, shaking hands with Bel Air, raising his people to fight in the name of democracy and freedom. But who would have imagined, including my father, if he was here today, would have thought that by joining an alliance, entering his people, and not just the Hmong, there were ethnic Lao groups that he also led, that rose up and answered the call of our United States of America to defend freedom, liberty, and democracy all the way in Southeast Asia, to contain the spread of communism. Who would have thought that through conflict and war that would open up new avenues, new channels, new opportunities for his people, men, women, and children. And through his leadership, as they spoke, the speakers before myself spoke, he not only led his people through military conflicts and warfare, He brought forth social programs, social development through schools and hospitals. He united the people and integrated them into societies instead of being sporadic, sparsely scattered across the Laotian countryside. He brought unity amongst his people because this was his vision, to elevate and promote and progress, advance his people from any hardship, difficulties, and in poverty that we were facing at that time. And through this simple shake with Mr. Belair in 1961, our soldiers who are with us today, who are fortunate and blessed enough, who are our heroes today, and our eternal heroes, who are no longer with us. They will forever remain and be remembered as our eternal heroes. The ones who gave us life and survival. And yes, I am tearing up because this is an emotional event for me. But we are celebrating a great day today. And on behalf of my father, today on this lectern from this stage, I say to all of us who are here today, as we celebrate 50 years of the Hmong Americans here in our country, I, as his youngest son, say this to us, not in a form of a challenge, but it is sort of a challenge, that I look forward to the next 50 years of Hmong Americans, of Hmong women, Hmong men in different capacities that stood up on this stage, and many more who aren't here. And it isn't just the elected officials and the politicians. They are great. They are the vision of General Vang Pao, our elders, our grandparents, and our fathers. But it is the men and women, the singers, the artists, the athletes. Okay? We have Hmong artists in Hollywood. We have Olympians representing the US of A on the international global stage. We have men and women in law enforcement, first aid responders, United States military. Some of them I see in uniform here today. We have business owners. We have millionaires, like Wong said earlier. We have nurses, doctors, professors, educators, all across the board. In 50 years, the Hmong Americans have advanced greatly, and that is due to our parents and our elders who have not only nourished us, but supported us. And today, starting tomorrow, I challenge us, the Hmong generation of the youth and the next generation, where are we going to lead? Where are we going to drive? Where are we going to advance the Hmong American livelihoods 50 years from now? And that is a challenge that I bestow upon all of us to do. And like General Vang Pao, not only rallied his soldiers behind him and united all of us as one, unity is key. Even though we are doing our own thing on a daily basis in our own capacities, we always have to remember what General Vang Pao lectured most and best is to continue to respect each other, continue to be united, continue to treat each other with kindness and respect. And these are some values that we can carry on to nurture our Hmong American communities, but branch out from that as an American family. We are in the greatest country in the world. In biblical terms, a promised land. This is our promised land. Fresno State President Dr. Sandoval said, "Ilalu patana." In the Hmong culture, let me describe Meitha a little bit here, and I know Pao explained a little bit. In the Hmong custom, when we have an elder that passes away, it is superstitious belief in feng shui. Okay? We look at the geographical landscape and we bury the elder there so that the offspring or the family that he leaves or she leaves behind will leave blessings behind. And that is what Meitha is. Now, and Dr. Sandoval said Fresno State is a Zhong Meitha for our boys and girls to come and educate. But I think General Vang Pao had a grander vision than that. He wasn't waiting for death to come. He sought out the tools and the resources and the vision to lead his people to a Meitha to live it. And this is where we are. The United States of America is our Zhong Meitha. cháu mừng lấy cái lò hành phiền mình chỉ lo luôn đó thì lúc nó cũng yên bây giờ thằng này phun bao có công dân của hải tiền bây giờ thằng này phun bao có cho tôi đây tên này gì mua rong họ phiền chỉ cùng chữ đây tuổi ít cháu lo cháu lúc tây chờ cái lúc tây chờ nó thì khi đây lúc họ phiền人mua cả bây tây tu tên sai thì cho cái cho nhỉ thì cho cái chỉ cho đặc biệt hay nâng mông nên chỉ tao cái tôi nên phải chế về to rong lúc nó nên chế về to rong có bên đây mình tôi mình sai tôi lo tới ba chỉ lúc nó cháu phát ta sửa sửa sản thiên nó bây cháu chỉ tao tôi là sản rồi là bây nhờ nên cháu liền hay lúc nông nên ba chế đồ bây chờ bảo mình rong mình to nó bây lúc nâng cũng chân tao của bây chỉ cái này phải tu giờ nhớ tới ba chỉ một giá tổng đây chỉ trong mộtตัวgiá tổng đây thiên tế sông thầu hàng đầu nào để còn nói ít khó bây mua này sẽ là cho chỉ mua này chỉ mua bây mua nó bây giờ trả bây giờ cho bây giờ lấy hay chỉ tổng tiền trả bây không luôn này còn chỉ ít thằng một giá tổng đây phải số chỉ ta chỉ cơ để còn này bây là bây gì này kia xem nó để nó bây giờ làm chỉ tiêu xong cho bây không có cho bây lúc đây chuẩn bị cả nó bây giờ thực ra như cả lúc đây chuẩn bị cả nó giờ bây lúc đây lúc chờ General Wang Tao has always lectured our Hmong family to be law-abiding citizens, to be hardworking, and to support each other. And let this just be a testament of today that all our dear friends who are Hmong but non-Hmong, okay, that we reaffirm these values with our elected officials, our friends, and our dignitaries. That as we move beyond today from this event, we remind ourselves of why we're here today. And it is because of those core values. It is because of those core beliefs. It is because of those core ideals. It is firmly those principles that bind us together for our love of freedom. And as we wish the Hmong 50 years in America very well and a joyous, momentous, auspicious occasion today and tomorrow, okay, we always set our gauge on the horizon and into the future as well. And I have high hopes, and I know many of you, I know Congressman Costa, thank you so much for all you've done for the Hmong SGU with the burial rites. Be sure to come with Congressman Jim Costa too. And it's very important, let me finish on one note, that the Hmong story has to continue to be told and taught. An elected official said about 2 years ago, and I know Congressman and Jerry and I were there at that event, that the Hmong was a U.S. secret army. And so it was very secretive, but let's no longer keep it secret. Let's put it on the table, let's talk facts, let's talk truth, as it is an American story to be told. And today the Hmong are Americans, and we are living the American dream already. And let us continue to bridge on this network in our partnership, in our friendship, to continue to tell and convey our story for future generations to come. For many Americans who don't know who the Hmong people are today, okay? And Congressman is a testament to that when he advocated for it. Many folks didn't know who the Hmong were, nor the Hmong sacrifices. So it's important that our educators, our professors, our teachers, our district, school district, we educate about the Hmong story and other stories as well. As we're an integral community, we are one. So my final word here is, happy Hmong American Day. May God continue to bless each and every single one of us here. May God continue to bless our Hmong veterans, our SGU, our young men and women who still serve in the United States Armed Forces today. May God continue to bless our great United States of America. Thank you.
Okay,